Welcome back to Inside Everyone. You're listening to me, your host, Nick. Tonight I'm here solo and I decided to do a live recording of this week's episode. It's been a rough week for me personally, and I've been trying to work through it. Episode 5 wasn't posted to the channel, but I plan on getting that up in the week sometime. So for this episode, there's a few things I want to go over. There's a few things I want to talk about that has been happening in the world for the past week or so, and what I expect, that's gonna happen like next week and going forward. So we've been suffering from some heat waves globally. Where I am in the Caribbean, it's pretty hot. I am in Jamaica right now. And I must tell you that the heat out here it's really hot, but it's not as bad as some other places in the world, such as the UK, some places in America. It's getting really hot to where we're seeing where runways in America, not America, runways in the UK are melting and flights have to be delayed and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a very hot summer, and it's really a difficult time for like everybody, especially in the UK. And we're seeing where a lot of people, are being warned to stay out of the sun, get enough shade as you can. But the problem is that there could be a lot of lives lost during these high temperatures, especially for people up north who aren't used to this kind of heat. It's just atrocious. And I heard that even some places in the UK, they don't, well, most of the UK, they don't really have air conditioning like we have in the Western world. So it's like they're suffering over there with all this heat. Everybody's at the beach, pool, lake, rivers, people just doing anything that they can to cool off. And in America, it's a similar situation in certain states, certain southern states like Texas, New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona. Those are some of the hot places. Florida is actually pretty hot right now, and it's expected to get worse within the next week or two. But as we reach the midsection to late August, we can expect temperatures to start going back down, and we can be at a normal temperature, and this heat wave should be over soon. Here in Jamaica, where I'm at, it's pretty hot, as I said. However, the good thing about it is that we have a lot of forests in Jamaica, and because we're surrounded by the Caribbean Sea, we have a lot of wind from the ocean, so it's not as hot as some other places in the world. But if you are in any one of these countries, in the UK, in Australia, America, I recommend that you guys stay hydrated as much as possible. Drink enough water, stay out of the sun. This summer is not a summer where you want to be outside a lot. I just took a sip of my water. My throat was feeling a bit parched. But yeah, do what you can, to stay out of the sun as much as possible. That would be my recommendation. And hopefully we all can make it through the summer. So with that said, I might come back to this topic later, but I want to dive into a much deeper topic concerning mental health. That's basically what I want to focus this podcast around. So I want it to be a podcast for mental health. So for example, if anybody out there is struggling with mental health and they would want somebody to talk to about whatever they're going through, then I believe in the future I'd love to have people on, and they can just talk about whatever they're experiencing, whatever they're going through. that's the aim of this channel, to help people who are struggling with their mental illnesses. Personally, I have issues with mental health, and I guess I would want to share my experiences and how I've been coping. It's never easy, you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta take it one day at a time and try to get through each day, try to develop a healthy routine so that you can not feel so down all the time, because people who struggle with mental health, the biggest downside is you get involved in like bad habits, and then it's hard for you to dig your way out of those bad habits that you have created. So talking to friends and family members might be a good way to get stuff off your chest or to cope with whatever situation you're going through. But what I've been told to do a lot in the past like couple of years is that I should write down like my thoughts, whatever is going through my head. I just write it down so that I can really process my thoughts better, and I think that's a very good idea. To be honest, I haven't been doing it, but I plan to start, putting pen to paper and really write down my thoughts and express how I feel about a given topic or a given feeling that I might have at the time. So it all depends, on how I feel. I'm not the most avid reader, and I don't enjoy writing a lot, but I would say that I believe anything I put my mind to, then I can accomplish it. So what I would like to start doing is developing that habit where I can start to write down whatever I'm experiencing or whatever I'm feeling, so that I could process my thoughts better, not make impulsive decisions or actions. That's something that plagues me, and it probably plagues a lot of other people as well. Sometimes we don't take the time to sit down and think through a decision that we're going to make, and sometimes I overthink a decision that needs to be made, something that's very simple. I overcomplicate, but it's nice when you can write things down and you can actually get a visual representation of whatever issue or problem that you're facing. So imagine this: you're faced with a dilemma, right? And you want to find the best solution for any given situation. It would be a good idea for you to write down the points that you're struggling with, make comparisons, design a damn flow chart. But that visual representation might open your eyes a bit more and make you say, okay, yeah, this is where I'm going wrong, this is what I need to do, and this is what I need to improve. So it's been something that I've been told to do, and I've tried it once or twice, but I haven't been consistent with it. And I think that's a big part of my problems personally. Consistency is key to success in my opinion, so I'm trying to work on that to become more consistent. And especially with this podcast, I love to do it every week so that I could build an audience, engage with the audience, really give my feedback, give my insight, my 2 cents on whatever issue that we're faced with at that time. So that's really the aim of the channel, to grow slowly but surely, but really have a positive impact on the mental health of the population of this planet on a whole. It's a big planet, and there's a lot of people out there to be reached. So hopefully, I get better at this with time, and I can process my thoughts better, have like a better understanding of what I want to do. Shani,
Who have you been talking to?
I've been talking to myself, streaming live. Welcome.
Why are you streaming?
I wanted to do things a bit different, tonight. Plus, I have a rough week, coming up. So personally, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the time to edit. So I decided, I'm gonna go live this week and see how things turn out. But yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. So I was just talking about mental health and personally my struggles and all of that. Donor topic tonight, but basically when I envision starting this podcast, that's what I do want to focus it on. So that's basically where my head's been. Yeah, that's really what I want to focus it on. But yeah, I talk about the heat waves were happening in the world recently, in the UK. Like you watch the video I'm sending earlier.
Where?
Send it to you. But that's a long video, so you're not have to watch it. But a lot of stuff are going on with this whole heat wave. Say morning now, which by there. What the temperature like?
Here?
Yeah.
36 degrees.
Okay. So it's like, for people who use Fahrenheit, that's like 80, around 87, thereabout. 88, 87.
96.
96, really? That hot? Wow.
It's dry heat, so.
Yeah. You sound a lot better when you talk a while ago. I don't know how far you did there before from your microphone, but
I will just talk louder.
but yeah, dog.
It's dry heat. You prefer dry or high humidity?
Oh yeah, talk too loud. Dry heat is terrible, in my opinion. It's like the worst thing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because with dry heat, you don't have like no breeze. It's just hot. There's no moisture in the air. Like that will cause a lot of people to have like heat strokes and die the actual dry heat. Cause
But humidity is like sticky though.
yeah, but at least your body will still be hydrated. Like you're gonna get more dehydrated with the dry heat.
Drink water.
What if you're not dead? Nowhere near water? What if you get lost in the Sahara?
Why am I in the Sahara in the first place? That sounds like a them problem.
Why not? That's the
Why
thing.
would I be in the Sahara in the summer? That just doesn't sound smart.
This sounds like a time for an adventure.
No.
In my opinion, but yeah.
Adventure go backpacking across Europe. So you said something about heat waves across the UK.
Yeah. Like, it's just been terrible. Like, people, like, based on what I said, like, it really affect them really bad this year because them not used to this kind of heat, and there's been like a lot of forest fires in the UK because of this. I don't know if you remember, like couple years back. I think it was like 2019 when they have some major wildfires and forest fires in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the heat, because it's like too hot and.
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
So it's a similar situation right now in the UK, but it seems like it worse, just way worse. It made me wonder though, like what going for like Russia and Ukraine, like them been going through this war for like a couple months. Well, no, I think this was started March, and we're there now July. 4 months they've been at war, and it doesn't seem like that gonna stop at least anytime soon.
What, the war?
Yeah, with Ukraine and Russia, I haven't heard that they've like come to a truce or anything like that.
That's still happening. I thought that stopped when the internet stopped talking about it.
No, it's still happening. It probably stopped making news, but it's still ongoing.
Every time, you know.
I want you to do me a favor. Look up this YouTuber by the name of Champ Chong. I don't know if you know him.
Oh,
Look him up. Like, when I watch a video when do I explain some stuff. Him struggle with mental health, but it's not even really about that. So a couple months back, right, when the whole war did start in Russia, and Batman did come out, him did get invited to, like, go watch it. One of the first people I'm gonna get to go watch it. I don't remember what them call that. But anyways, him go watch it, him post about it on Twitter, and I say, yo, I'm so excited. This was one of the best movies I watched, and him had a good time, blah blah blah. And somebody comments say there's a war going on in Russia, and you're talking about Batman. I'm like, what does the war going on in Russia have to do with him? So because a war going on in Ukraine with Russia, like, that means everybody else to just stop for them life, for like we for just stop live because them decide to start a war. Like, that's European shit. That's what them always a start war with them one another. Them known for colonize the damn earth. So why it's not even say I'm not sympathetic towards them or what going, but that means that our life is stop. That means that we have stop live. It's just like people just always want something to talk about or something to say. Just because, them always try to act like them high and mighty and better than everybody else. And it's like, the man go watch a movie, him had a good time, and you got through a war in the mix of that, how that even correlate with what I'm talking about. It's like people have to have fun no more.
Internet. That's the internet, bro. People just want to throw responsibility on other people and not themselves. Pretty sure the person that probably said that comment didn't even say anything about the war in their page either or anything like that.
Here's how I feel about it personally. Like, for me, if I had a following like him or someone famous like him, I would literally not care to pay any attention to any negative comments. I'm being honest. Like, I wouldn't respond. Like, he was there commenting on the Twitter post. I wouldn't give it that energy. Sometimes my beliefs are like, we're feeding a negative energy, like, too much. So me personally wouldn't entertain it. That's just me. Like, would I just probably see the comment and be like, I got better shit to do, than forgive you your 15 minutes of fame where I look for.
I don't know what I will.
But
I mean, it all depends on my thoughts at that time, though.
He was talking about it though, and why he responded, and how he got triggered by what the guy said. Because when he was born, right? I don't remember which country he come from originally, but he lives in Australia right now. Him and his family were refugees, right? And he was born in the midst of a war. So him know what it's like to be a refugee and the struggle for, lose everything and family has start over from scratch. And then this person just look for just pass judgment on a person with them don't know nothing about, really. Just because them want to go and like say, oh, them better or them care because of this war. Personally, I don't give two shits about the war going on in Ukraine. I don't care about it. I've stopped caring about it when I see how them treat black students and how them set them for go up on the front line for go fight for Ukraine. The reason why the world even cares so much about this is because it's a freaking white nation. Might that happen to any black country. You don't hear about it one day or a week at most, and that's it. You never hear about it again. So me nah feel sorry for them. Ukraine, Russia, them was basically a part of the Soviet Union before. So whatever beef them have with Russia, them just sort that out themselves. Leave we out of it. Leave the West out of it. You know, like I don't care about white people and white people problems. God, them not care about black people and black people problems, and it really, no, it just really pisses me off from lately. I'm gonna say how certain things operate in the world, and it's like white people always make it. Them always make it seem like say black people are the problem. Like, we do something kind of mess up the other day. So, with the online, right? And I talk to some people.
Yeah.
And I was like pretending to be a white guy who was racist. So I'm like, I'm racist. I don't talk to black people. I only talk to white people and blah blah blah. So a couple people was like, yeah, I'm racist too. I don't like black people. And I was like, So I said to one girl, well, why don't you like black people? She's like, their attitude. I'm like, their attitude. So you not like somebody because of them skin, and you think say your attitude better than them? I mean, like, it's just so easy to like catch them in the act, you know? Like, them feel like say, oh, them better, and I don't know why. I don't know what they're better at exactly, but yeah, I don't. It's not even like something I like white people. I just don't like the white people. Them are just. I don't like the racism at the end of the world, basically. I don't like it. I wish that could have just be, done over with, erased. Cause me over there, I mean, I think about like Jamaica get independence from slavery 60 years ago, basically. 60 years. That's not that long ago. Somehow we have parents who were born in Jamaica when Jamaica was not an independent country, where our grandparents. That's not a long time ago. It's not like say, oh, this thing over for a long time. Like, bruh. Might have even want to dive into that, but I just remember all them things and stuff. My week has been like a roller coaster ride, yeah. So yeah. Apart from
Therapy,
that,
man. Get therapy.
for me,
Yeah.
yeah, I think for me though, I would be better at providing therapy. Yeah, one time I did think about that for like I was actually looking into it to see how I could get certified or get a license to provide therapeutic services. Why not? I'm not listening to you. But yeah, it's always something that
Can't do that.
can't. What is that?
We all need therapy, man. We
What
all
does
need therapy.
what does can't
We all
mean?
need therapy.
What
We
is
all-
can't?
See? That's why. That's why you can't be a therapist.
May I ask you what is can't?
Cause you always try to find the funny side of everything.
I'm not being funny. I'm being
You're
serious.
trying to be funny.
What is
Sometimes
can't,
can't be.
bro?
Okay, I'm not even
There's
gonna-
nothing
I'm
that you
not even gonna
can't.
continue.
There's nothing that you can't
Can't
do.
fly.
Of course you can fly. You have planes to that.
Shut up. Shut up.
Brother, you can fly. You have planes to that.
Everybody
You have
needs
jetpack.
therapy.
You have jetpacks to that.
Therapy.
I don't know what's the point. You have
Just trying to be funny.
what that's what the
This
name?
is what I have to deal with, right? I've
Oh.
tried to tell him that you can't find the funny beats, and then he's going along this. I don't even know where he's going right now. It's just rambling on, trying to win an argument when there's not an argument to win. This is what I have to deal with every day.
A wingsuit, parachute. There's so many
Anyways.
means, helicopter. Bro, I'm just saying, there's nothing that you can't do, bro. Your mind you're only limited by your mind. And a lot of people just say what the mind conceive, you can achieve. So believe it, brother.
It teleport.
But yeah, man, that's soon the ball. But yeah, personally, yeah, I think I need therapy. You know, from all the shit I've dealt with and been through. Yeah, I need some therapy. To be honest, I need some therapy. But I don't know if you heard about that story that's been going around out here about this Donnelly girl. Sorry, that sound bad the way I say it.
Yeah.
About a female by the name of Donnelly. She was missing. She turned up that she's dead. They found her body in like a garbage truck.
So they found her?
Yeah, her body was found in a garbage truck. So based on some leaked voice messages or voice calls that I found, what I heard happen was that it seems like she did that mess around with this police guy, and the police. This is an alleged story of what some people think happened. So allegedly, this Donnelly girl, right? You know what? Rewind it, go back a bit. You ever watch 876 Roommates? You ever hear about that TV show there? It was like a Jamaican reality TV show. She was one of the hostess on that show.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me get back to the story. So allegedly, she was messing around with this police guy. I don't know if she is his side piece or it was a one night stand or a fling or whatever, but she did the policeman yard. Allegedly the police leave. I don't know if he went to work, went somewhere else. Somebody or some way somehow the police baby mother find out say woman damn yard go there. That girl they turn up dead. You know, here for the baby mother kill her or you know, but she dead. Apparently the police was involved in disposing of the body. So what me I hear is that like a couch was picked up from the policeman's house, like a sofa, and it was, you know, this was not garbage truck. So I don't know if the body did hidden in the couch, and the man would drive the garbage truck, like him they get pulled over the police and take away him truck and all of that, get seized, and investigation still going. So I don't know, the couch was supposed to be taken to a upholstery shop or something. I don't know what they were gonna do with it, but yeah. So yeah, like, I mean,
it's kind of sketchy all around because they were asking to give information to the police station where he worked at, and he was still on duty. And also the lady that should have been a prime suspect, which was his baby mother. They weren't, like, she wasn't named as a person of interest or anything.
So how I got this information is that another constable, right? And I don't know. I don't understand certain things with life now, but she was on a live Facebook video call or Facebook live with somebody, and I'm a question her, and she said, oh, she have evidence to prove say Noel, which is a police officer, wasn't involved in the murder because he wasn't at the scene of the crime when it happened, right? But he was involved in disposing of the body, and she said she have video and picture evidence on her phone, and she had to create a fake Instagram account and send it to whoever she that talk to. I mean, it's like, why you gotta say all of that? You get me? I say, why even not have this conversation on Facebook Live? Why? Like, it just seems like say you are conspire. You know, you have evidence where you are leak out to the public, but you're not supposed to do in an ongoing investigation. You get me? I say, until them really determine what happened. So it means like, where's the professionalism in the force? Like, this, me just
never been in there.
I mean, it's like just do your job by the book. You don't need for them on a video call. You're not getting a authorization or clearance for talk to the media or the public about the investigation. It's still ongoing. There's information that is unclear, and you have to leak out information and say, oh, you have this or that, because Noel might be a friend and you don't want him to go to prison for this and that. Even if he never kill her,
I
him
mean,
still
him never kill
guilty.
him, still like a prison.
Yeah,
He
cause him.
literally disposed the body.
Yeah, so he's a
He's
co-conspirator. Conspirator.
conspirator.
Yeah, that word. Cause why him never phone it in, and what him think that happened to him? If him just phone it in, why him never want him to be mother guy in prison? You think
Probably.
nobody wouldn't find the body? Like, she did the crime, she did time. Simple. So, yeah, I hear people that say, oh, pretty girl privilege. Yeah, that many people that say on social media, pretty girl
Yeah, I
privilege
saw
and
it
all
on
that.
Twitter. A dude was like, if he was a man,
Nah, what people are saying is that people go missing every day. Out here, people go missing a lot, basically. I must say, we never see that push here for find nobody else other than that girl here because she look good. And it kind of true. It kind of true.
eh,
To some extent.
I don't think so.
And because she did kind of dip on the show and people know her. Everybody has said, oh,
I
bring
don't think
home Donnelly, blah, blah, blah. Me not really things I don't know, but yeah.
I don't think it's true. She is somewhat famous. I didn't know who she was actually until people were like, "This is what she does," and she has blah blah blah. But she has money, so that's the other thing. And when you have money and you have some level of fame, people are going to.
Apart from that, though, I think I don't know, she looks like a hostess or a bottle girl to me.
I don't really care what she looks like. I'll be honest with you.
You know what a bottle girl is, right?
Yeah, I know about services.
Okay, so
Why is that important?
it's not that it's not important or it is important. I'm just saying it just looks like that's what she does apart from appearing on the show. So she probably well known, probably have good social media presence, Instagram or whatever. So yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you have money and you go missing, there's a chance that a lot more people are going to want to find you.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just whatever you do in life, really. That's the thing. People find importance in other people regardless of how they look. I mean, a lot of times looks do come into it, but I don't think it's just because she's pretty why people are looking for her so much.
Yeah.
So, like, every time I see a missing persons picture on Twitter, sadly, I retweet it regardless of how the person looks. I'd be like, yo, I try to help or anything. And other people do the same thing too. It's just that this one is getting more noise. I think this one is getting more noise, not other than the fact that she's like has money and a lot of people know her. I think it's also because it's a police thing too. That the police involved in the corruption, all of that happen, and people always try, like find justice inside the police, and them always like get away with things. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. There's a lot of corruption, a bunch of illegal activities with one other force. Personally, I've had some experience with the police force and how they operate. And I've seen some things, and the Jamaican police system or the way of policing in Jamaica needs to change, and it has a long way to go. One thing I can tell you based on first-hand experience, the JCF is very disorganized, and they're pretty much stuck in their ways.
I mean, a lot of them still use paper filing, so that's I don't know what is going on there.
Yeah, and they're very slow to like incorporate new technologies into policing in Jamaica, like video body cam, right? That took so long to reach Jamaica, and body cams have been used in the police forces across the world for like decades. And since like 2020, 2016. It's not that long ago, you know. We saw his body camera.
Surprised it was even that long. I thought you just said last year or 2 years ago.
Nah, it's been a couple of years.
This is how bad it is, bro. There was
Nah,
a
you.
crime in the part
Nah,
spot
you.
me live in
Never.
Jamaica.
Sorry. Never hear. Repeat that, please.
Like, this is how bad it is. There was a time when there was like a good amount of crime that was happening where I lived, right?
Mm-hmm.
A police station is literally
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we called the police to like come look at something at like 1:30, and they didn't reach there until 3 o'clock. That is how bad it is. And I could have walked up there like 10 times and walked back before they came.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes them not even come to that the next day. Yes, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Is that most of them is them not care. Them just in it for the check. Them just not tell the police officer to play a hero or anything like that. But they're very lackadaisical and lazy when it comes down to their work. Most of them, and the force deal with like a lot of corruption. So yeah, there's a lot of corruption in the force with them. I try get rid of, but my thing is like when it comes down to like incorporating new ways of policing, they're very slow to adapt anything. If you have a new idea of how to improve things in the force, best believe it not gonna happen. It probably happen, but it probably happening in the next 15 years. Isn't it?
It's
And
slow. It's really slow, and it's annoyingly slow.
yeah, so that need to change, like the way how policing is done in Jamaica. In Jamaica, thorough investigations are not done for most cases in Jamaica, unless it's like a high profile case where so okay, somebody have a certain stature. Then time they see them start actually do things and them start actually work. You notice when it comes down to scamming, right? Them got all out for that shit. Them maximize the resources where them have work alongside the FBF, the CIA, and the DEA. Forget all of this done because what the money where them might get from the US government for crack down upon them so-called criminal here. So it's where resources are get poured. You see them I really push them energy and all of that. Because if them really and truly never they get the assistance from the FBI and DEA and all of them, along with the monetary support and financial aid, them really wouldn't have pushed that hard. Them wouldn't. And right now, it's like them might be seen as heroes for people in the United States. You get me? So, alright, yeah. But when it come on to the whole scamming thing, like again, I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't like. At one point when I was younger, cause this happened from me, I got high school. And then I say, oh, that wrong, it not fair happen, blah blah blah. I mean, I condone it and I say right, because enough of the man them I do it is like, them I do it and then the money with them I make them I use that do foolishness or them I influence crime in other communities and stuff like that. So I'm not condone that. But as to feeling pity for the victims them, I don't feel any pity towards them.
Man, why not, man? You don't feel about 80-year-old Dolores with her retirement check getting scammed?
I don't care about Dolores and her retirement check. My ancestors didn't get a retirement check from them when we were enslaved, working for free, never paid, being lynched, being whipped and all of that. 400 years of slavery.
Okay.
Free labor with them profit pan, get rich off of, and then them implement systematic racism for still keep them black people and prevent black people from elevate. Black communities can't strive because them limit resources were available in them communities there. The schools in the black communities get less resources than the schools in the white communities. And me, if you feel sorry for them 80-year-old people who stuck in them racist ways. I don't care.
You know they're racist.
I don't care. It doesn't matter if them racist or not, to me, to be honest. Like, what me say is karma, you know. For them ancestors do something bad, them are face it. It's generational karma.
No, scamming would fall into karma, but
You mean saying I think slavery was a scam?
No.
You don't think slavery was a scam? That's like the biggest scam, one of the biggest scam in the whole human race.
Okay.
My thing with you is like you want to be politically correct, but me personally,
I don't want to be politically correct. I just would much rather not
indulge in that conversation.
I'd much rather not say 1 + 1 = 17. Because
let's look at it for what it is.
I can always say racism is tied to everything and anything that happens to a white person that gets hurt.
But
there are still old people that do get scammed because they don't know any better.
Really? Something you believe that because a person old, right? That means that they're not capable of doing like devious acts or being cruel to another person. Old age don't make it that you get.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to waste my brain cells and my emotional strength on tying every single thing that happens to a white person or a black person or Indian person, who are racist, by the way, in the past, to being racist and saying, they deserve it, because that doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah,
I have empathy, and that's probably like one of my things that I shouldn't have for other people. But I am empathetic to be like, hey, yo, this lady worked all her life. Yeah, she benefited from slavery. And I know that's the card that a lot of people like to play, that she's white and she benefited from slavery and she has all these opportunities and she retired, and that's why she has all the money, because she has all these privileges that she had. Well, that is true, but she might not be racist and she just lived a good life and she retired. And now some dude is calling her, telling her she sent them the wrong amount of money and she needs to send back money, and now she's sending back money. And
all right, let me say to you. Let me say this to you. Let me remove the race card, right? Remove the whole racism from out of the equation. I'm not gonna say, alright, but them deserve it because them racist or anything like that. But let's look at it this way, right? Them get a call, so them win $1 million, a car, whatever, for something where them never enter in, right? Sweepstakes, whatever. You don't have no recollection of entering this thing.
I mean, yeah, I can understand those type of scamming on your part.
Listen, you send your money. You send your money to a foreign country. I mean,
but that's not the only type of scam, though.
Yeah, I understand. You have dating scam. You have insurance scam. Listen, me now try to blame this on race, but there's a lot of other scams that goes on that white people benefit from. That is white people that people benefit from, that you don't hear nothing about, brother. You get me? I say you don't hear nothing about it because it's like government a benefit, so them not really point no finger because them a get for them cut. Like most of them major corporations, and the way them operate is basically a scam. Insurance basically is one of like the biggest scam in the world, brother. That's like one of the biggest scam, and them get away with so much because sometimes you pay insurance for it be a vehicle, your house, life, health, And when you claim a benefits, it's like hell. The insurance companies never want to pay, and them never really have to pay up. Them drag you through all of this legal paperwork and all of this shit where you have to do, and then at the end of the day you get nothing. And what happened to them people that we have pay them money, we have contribute for them insurance payments, I pay them premiums, and then when them for claim that them can't get none, and the government not do nothing about that, then people that now get locked up around them insurance companies there.
Yeah, that's what I mean by making 1 + 1 = 17.
But
I'm just talking about the individual person that got scammed that I know nothing about. That may be a good person, maybe a bad person, but I don't know because I don't know their life. I'm saying I feel bad that an old person, I don't care about organizations, they're never going to get caught. Government are always in pockets of all organizations. The food industry and the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry are all entitled to each other because one day they say bread isn't good for you, next day they say wheat is the best thing for you. Right? The food pyramid is a scheme. That doesn't make any sense at all. So you can point to scams in different area for different organizations, but I'm saying that the individual person that got scammed, that doesn't know about computers, that didn't join a lottery scam, that someone provide. There are corporations in India, call centers dedicated to scam people across the world, and they are making millions and millions.
Bro, I know all of that. And you think I can sit here and say, oh, I'm wrong, I point them not the wrong. If you look on most major businesses, the way them operate, you might say, oh, the call center they set up for the scamming, and because them not hide it or them not say, oh, no, we don't do that, our business is legitimate and blah 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 blah. No, for them company, I always say, them Fortune 500 companies here where I operate. Take Facebook for example, and how Facebook operate, right? How Facebook invade people's privacy. Brother, me and you there have a conversation. Is it Meta? Me and you there have our conversation about whatever. You see me? Phone, me not on Facebook, whatever. As my open my browser, I probably talk about socks. I just see an ad pop up for socks. Them have information for your location everywhere you go. Everything you do for your smartphone. Even when you have certain apps inside, even when you uninstall certain apps from your phone, you know them still have spyware where invade your privacy and still monitor your activities, your location, where you like, where you not like, to push ads towards you. Sometimes even when you opt out, them still are pushing things that one. And at times them think they're not scam because people now blatantly call you up and say, yo, Ray, send me $10,000 for clear that check here. You feel like say them better than the one man what they here so will call and scam the old lady. The old lady gets scammed every day. May I say, all Facebook operate, Amazon, all of them companies. You see me? You gotta say, oh, them better, and because the little old lady never lose 10 grand at once, that means say, yo, it better. When you look on Monta,
who said that? Okay, now you just. When did I say that?
But what me I say is, you gotta say, oh, you feel sorry for she. Yeah, I mean, I say, some of the time I sympathize with some of them, but some of the time I find it hard to. You get me? I say. And because of how I say the justice system operate, them quick for say, alright, we're going to use the full extent of the law to prosecute that one man here because him black, him get the full boot of the law. If it's a white person do it, then probably get a slap on the wrist, 6 months in prison, and then get community service, and then back to them shenanigans again. You get me? I say? The justice system no fear, so me can't really feel sorry for them. You get me? I say, yeah, it's unfortunate. So she lose that the money there and blah blah blah. But you know what I bet? You know what one of them privileges? She can say alright, she lose her money there. She can take out life insurance, borrow against that or whatever. She can easily get access to a loan for recoup the money there. You get me? I say, when it come on to black people, especially black people in America and Europe, brother, it's hard for them get access to certain simple loans, some simple things now them need now for start a business, push forward and start to find some success. It very hard them get denied for loans. Like the average black man get denied for a loan application, brother. Probably around, it's like around 20 times more than the average white person. You get me? So
Yeah.
when you look on it, you say, oh, yeah, man, them boy they forget lock up because them a scam the old lady. And the old lady gets scammed how much time and she not even know so she gets scammed. The medication them a feed her upon for treat diabetes. It's just forget her body hook so she keep on buy the medication there when them literally have better ways to treat certain illnesses or cure certain illnesses, but them no want to do it because our medical industry have a profit and it's more profitable to treat a illness than to cure it. And I tell me say them think they're not scam, brother. Them always quick for not doing the liquor man and use the force of the law to prosecute that one person there. But the big company them actually had a damage to the people and body on a daily basis. I feed them this one bag of toxin. Like most of the foods them Americans are consume just full of whole heap of chemicals, preservatives, whole heap of processed foods, hormones and all of that. Brother, like them raise chickens from like chicks to full grown chickens in like 3 weeks and then big. You see me? When you give them chicken there, when you eat them stuff there, brother, it's like your body just deteriorate from all of them garbage when you consume, and the FCC regulate. The FCC we're supposed to be about if regulate certain things to get passed so that humans can consume it, whether food or medicine or electronic services, isn't it? And them not for them job properly, brother. But you get scammed one time from an Indian or a black man, and this is the end of the world. We need to get rid of them. They are the most wicked people on the face of the earth. No, they're not. And the thing is, you have to look on people who are scam, brother. Them do it because most of them, 9 out of 10 of them, I promise you, because them lack opportunities and them don't see another way out. I guarantee you that. Some of them,
reasoning does not mean justification though, but I get what you're saying.
Some of them get stuck in them ways, so when them start do it, because the money is so easy for make, them can't stop. Because they might say, why make I go back go work, when we can literally pick up that phone here and make such money. You get me? I say, and I agreed. You see me? But I'm not for scamming. This is not me saying, scamming is good as I'm for scamming. I'm a pro scammer. Yes, scam them.
I'm like, I said, chop the line.
But no, I said that, you see me? But me, I say it really hard for me to sympathize with some of the victims. Sometimes I must say, how you see if the world is balanced, and I say, all right, when a person do wrong, you actually see justice being served, or when a bigger company do wrong, you see the justice is being served, and it wasn't where a minority I get target. Then mother say, alright, yeah man, this wrong. But as I said before, brother, I feel like I just karma. You put out bad energy, you get back bad energy. So don't be surprised. It's where you put out or where you receive.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So me see it. You can agree with me, you cannot agree with me, but that's just my opinion on the whole thing. That's
It's just so crazy. I mean, scamming is overall bad, but I do get what you're saying.
I feel like they argue with you.
I agree with me every day. Anyway, speaking about mental health, right? I want to talk to you about a story, actually.
Yeah, man.
Because you are the one in the relationship, I think this is a good story to talk to you about. You are in a fairly new relationship. Is it like a year yet? Is it a
It's
year yet?
more than a year.
Really? How long has it been? Like 2 years?
Not
A
two
year and
years.
change?
A year and like 3 months. Going 4.
3 months. All right. Would you say you have a higher libido than your partner?
Yes,
You know what libido means?
I know what it means.
Okay. All right. So let me send you this. The story is basically a woman buys a sex doll for her husband because he has a higher libido. Right. This man be nutting 24/7. Basically, is why. Um.
Is this his wife?
So you might be confused, because she bought a sex doll that looks exactly like her. I don't know if she knows the term exactly like her means, but
I see it.
the wife is on the left, the doll is in the middle.
Yeah, I see the dog.
Low key, I would have probably smashed the doll more than the wife, but that's just me. No, she,
Can I be honest with
the
you?
doll, the doll looks like a baddie.
Can I be?
But would this be? Wait, before we go, but
Go ahead.
if your wife did this, would you be okay with it?
No. I probably would have wanted a divorce.
Why? She can't handle your drive. She has to do something.
Alright, listen to me. So I have a very high libido, right? And I'm the kind of guy who can go pretty much every day. That doesn't mean as an individual I am inconsiderate of her and what she can handle or what she can't handle. But for me, I think fair game 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes I can even be.
Gotta work. What do you mean 3 to 4?
I always hate that excuse.
People gotta work.
I
People got a life. People got things to do.
Shut up and listen. I always hate that excuse because you're gonna tell me that you have to work, you have a life. So am I not a part of your life? You're gonna tell me that I have to work. Your job is more important than your spouse. Your boss can fire you at any minute. You and your spouse should be in this for life. You tell me that just because somebody pays you what $15-20 an hour, that means this is more important than your spouse, the person who you should be building a life, the person who really have your back in every situation. Let them say your job. Okay, I understand. Say your career is important, but literally, I think a healthy relationship, you need to be active. Both parties. You get me? I say, I think minimum 3 on like a off or a bad week, 2 times a week. You can't tell me say 2 times a week. You can't show up for your partner.
That sounds like an obligation.
It's not an obligation, but listen, listen, man, you're the person you enter a relationship, and the woman I like is that if a man flip that script there, right? Flip the script on the woman, the relationship over. Can you imagine if he had a low libido and she wants it all the time and he say, okay, here's this doll, please yourself. She gonna be like, what's a doll gonna do for me? A doll can't put me in this position and break
a woman every time.
Break my back. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's why they do just buy a vibrator or a rose toy that everybody's apparently buying these days.
Listen to me now, you. I come like a young to this now. No form of toy where mankind could ever create is not gonna simulate the same experience between a man and a woman. Between a person and their partner, because you see the emotional connection we have during that intimate moment. That is what gives a lot of people pleasure. That is sends off like the dopamine systems in them brain for say, okay, this is enjoyment, this is pleasurable for them. It's
No
not really
one
about.
wants that 5 days a week. Okay.
I never said 5 days. I never said 5 days.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You can get the toy and then do it once, twice a week, and then you're good. I'm not saying the toy or doll is like a constant weekly thing. I'm just
I don't
saying in the event that you
personally.
can't do anything.
Personally,
Like this,
I don't want a doll. That's
see,
weird.
that's the thing. Y'all should do what works for your relationship and stop generalizing. That's the problem I have with people. Y'all generalize everything and be like, let's normalize this. Normalize it for your own damn self.
So we want to normalize dolls.
What makes you happy? That's what I want to normalize.
You ask me how me would I feel about this situation. Me I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
this wouldn't be pleasing in my book. I'd be so disrespected. I would be pissed. What? Yeah. Get me a doll, but you just give me a sister.
Okay, now that's just disrespect right there.
I mean, why you gonna bring pros? Why you gonna,
Prosthetics,
it's not the prosthetics. Why you gonna bring silicone? A bigger,
actual silicone, and some other things.
bigger silicone. And say,
It's a gesture,
no.
and she spent $1,800 on it. This is expensive. It looks like her, kinda, sorta.
You know what she could have do with $1,800? She could have give it to me and say, go have a vacation, go get a massage, something like that. You get me? I say, you buy me a damn silicone doll. For the what? Like,
In the event that she tired one day, she just don't want to do it.
Alright, listen to me. As much as me have a high libido, it's what me in our relationship and me and somebody actually live together, I don't want it every day. I would want it like, that's what I said. I know myself 3 times. Sometimes twice per week because
Of course,
you have a
there's
bad
a
week.
week that she just doesn't want to.
That's fine. That's fine. Me not say you should obligated to do it all the time. But yes, if it becomes like 3 months pass, nothing. What are we doing? What's going on?
See, this is why I stay single, and then I will buy a house and get 2 dogs. There's no problems. No problems. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that I'm saying it have every week or all of that. You get me? I say people have off weeks. People have times when them feel down and them just not in the mood. Respect that on both sides. I find it unfair when the script is flipped and a man is not feeling in the mood, and then the woman is like, what's wrong with you? Are you gay?
Like, give me them dick. Like, I get what you're saying.
You get a message like, what's wrong with you? Are you gay? Didn't you marry
Yeah, why
me?
do women always ask if you're gay when you're not want to do something? That's kind of weird.
You're my husband. Why did I marry you if I can't get this at least once a week? And they make it seem like that's the minimum that they want it when they want it a lot. They get me and say, we don't want it. When the script flip is like, oh, it's all hell broke loose. But when we want it, it's a problem. I'm a woman. This ain't 1802. I'm an independent woman. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Stop trying to control me. I'm not your property. This and that, and I don't like it.
Fucked up on this doll.
I don't like it.
What is the cleanup after? That's the real question here.
Listen to me. I don't want to think about it. To me,
They're having a threesome with a doll. That's the thing. So like, how do you clean up a threesome after a doll?
bro, I don't want to think about it. For me, I'll go the old-fashioned way. I have hands. I use them,
That's
and
it.
I'm good. I don't need any flesh. That's what them call it, fleshlight. I don't need no
Yeah.
fleshlight. I don't need none of that.
So you would bring
use
toys
my
in the
hands.
bedroom?
I bring toys. Not a fleshlight. Maybe some handcuffs. A couple
Unless
whips.
she wants to peg you.
think that's gonna be it for this week's episode of Insight,
What do you
guys.
mean, brother? They want to experience different things, man. You have to talk about these things happen in the bedroom, you know. Maybe she goes around there one day and a finger slips and she's like, "Poop! What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do?"
What are you gonna do? Let's
Me?
talk about that. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'll kick her in the jaw. What do you mean?
Okay. You can see what kind of man this is.
No.
Ladies, avoid this
I
one.
have very involuntary actions when certain things happen.
Yeah. When he abuses
So
you, that's what he's gonna tell the cop. I have very involuntary
yep.
actions when things
So,
happen.
I know. I mean, I just slipped and I grabbed the vase, and just hit her 10 times. It happens.
Definitely.
No domestic violence.
But,
I
bro,
don't promote.
for me personally, I'm a very simple human being. It doesn't take a lot for me. Doesn't take a lot.
It take a lot for most men.
Doesn't take a lot. She just gotta show up, and I'm happy. So many times, for me personally, I'd be there, and as long as she's there, I mean like physically there, I'm good. We don't have to do anything, because I enjoy time like that. You don't have to be engaged in intercourse to be intimate, and I think women misconstrue that a lot. Them feel like say because a man want to be intimate with them feel like say, oh, the man just want to have intercourse with them. You get me? Sometimes a man just want a woman there for talk to, for listen,
Not even talk. Just
for just you not be there.
It's like this. Because really, that a lot of the time, like all the times when I'm like even with friends or even a girl I'm dating, like we'll just sit in a room and do our own thing, but we're just there chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like like we'll probably have like a conversation that's probably like 30 minutes or an hour, and then we're just like for the next 5, 6, 7 hours we're just chilling there, just like not saying anything, just doing our own thing. Like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Some people just some people want to get physical a lot all the time. I mean, just find people that works for you is what I'm saying. Find people that works with your sense of intimacy.
But I like when I am the one with the high libido. Rather my libido there through the roof, because I am very understanding of others. But if her libido there through the roof, brother, and then me now have the energy for do it every day, yeah, can't do that.
That's how you get the doll.
You see women who are nymphomaniacs.
That's why you buy the doll, man. That's why you give her the doll.
Most men fantasize about being with a woman who's a nymphomaniac because you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna get it every day, man.
Hell no, I don't want that shit. I got shit to do.
But when you actually get down to the meat of the matter, it's way too much, because real nymphos, like I'm telling you, they go all day, every day. Even
Those are people that have no life.
Even on off days when they shouldn't, they are. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, people do that while they're on that, so that's not me by shouldn't. People be doing anything and everything while they're going through their cycles.
Yeah, so I can't deal with that. Sometimes my body needs time to recover, to recuperate. I just need time to relax. But this, I don't know why, but I find this offensive. You see, if it was a case that she got it for me as a gift without this being the reason why she got it, probably would have been cool. I'd have never used it, but I'd be like, yeah, I like it. I appreciate the gesture.
That wouldn't be cool. That would be creepy as frick.
God, look what I brought home for you.
doll.
I'm like,
The doll looks like it's been through the rounds.
look like it's been recycled.
Yeah, bro. Looks like, I don't know why its eyes are so red, but looks like it's been through a lot. It's seen a lot.
Bro, look at
It,
this.
it, those eyes are saying help. Those eyes are saying help me.
Look at this finger. Look at it. Look at the doll's finger on her lap.
They should have spent more, man. They should have spent more because the toes are jacked up, the fingers are jacked up, the boobs look. I know
Lopsided.
boobs are uneven, but they aren't this uneven.
Oh,
I
man.
know she got back problems.
This is crazy. Nah, like I said, this thing seems like it has been recycled. Look at the wig that's on it. That hair looks like it's already been messed up, basically.
Looks like it's been.
And
Yeah,
why it's so pale? This is weird. Like,
Replica, man, exact replica of the wife. I don't know if she knows what that word means.
I'm gonna talk about a very disturbing topic before we close, and it's because you bring up that dollar something here. Do you know? It's just something I think about a while ago. Do you know? Cause me I said the whole doll thing. This just look like a dead person. You know that you have people who do stuff to dead bodies,
Yeah, necrophiliacs.
especially people who work in the morgues. That's just.
It's called necrophilia.
My thing is that's just. That's the next level disturbing, bro. You get what I'm saying?
It's been happening like a lot recently. No, well, not recently. It's been happening for a long time, but
It's been happening for
been a thing. It's been a thing.
a long time. When I die, burn me instantly. Instant
They have to
fire.
figure out the reason for death.
Not take more than
Do an autopsy, they have to cut you open.
not take more than 48 hours. I hope when I die, there won't be like any like long like investigation trying. I want my death to be straightforward.
Take me to
Just-
church.
no,
I'm like
When I die, you just know what kills me. Just get me over with, put me to rest, cremate me, and send me off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but my. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So, I don't know if I told you, but my dad passed away like a couple years now, right? And
You had a dad?
nigga, I swear, I swear, if you were right in front of me, I'd have punched you in your face so that one I go. Like, dude. Anyways, yeah, he was cremated, and I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm like, I don't think I want to be in a hole, rotting, having worms eating at my corpse for years, stinking up the earth, poisoning the earth. Yeah,
Poisoning, you're
I'm
sending
good
back
at it.
life in the earth. You're decomposing and bringing new life.
No, you don't. You're in a wooden
Yeah.
box. You know, like even after 100 years being your corpse being underground, trees don't start to grow out of it yet because you're in that box and no roots gets penetrated as yet.
100 years? I don't know about that. Our bodies became fragile. I don't think we can go 100 years for this generation. Probably like 50.
No, I'm not talking about living. I'm talking about being dead, like the corpse.
Yeah.
After
We've
100
been
years.
eating so much shit, our body probably decompose faster.
Probably. Yeah, you know, I always wonder that podcast that we along this week, probably a true live, but anyways, we had talked about this whole dead thing and corpse and all them weird shit here. Mummification. What do you think really was the purpose of that back in Egyptian?
Mummification?
Ancient Egypt. Why them did mummify the bodies?
I think mummification was to preserve for reincarnation.
for
That's what I think.
for reincarnation.
Basically, come back to life sometime in the future.
I don't think it
I
was
don't.
not not reincarnation, but I think it was for like more of a rebirth or coming back to life, but not reincarnate. Because reincarnation mean that you gotta take on a new body. I think them did think like after them dead, them could have probably somehow come back, and then them would have need them body. I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's what I was saying. I know why I said reincarnation. I
but I
think they were
don't know
just planning to come back to life.
because you notice like the people them in ancient Egypt would get mummified, right? They were like prestige, like high, like kings,
Yeah,
gods, and people them call gods and kings and all them, you know, rulers. These rich people who got mummified.
yeah.
Some evil people though, some like really wicked people got mummified. And that's some of the crucial way. You know, so some people in ancient Egypt usually get mummified alive based on certain crimes that them commit.
That's what we should go back to.
Mummifying people alive?
Yeah, rapists. I'm just saying. Just saying. There probably would be a lot less.
I mean,
You know, you get caught and you're gonna get thrown in a box, thrown in mummy wrap.
listen, you know what? You know what the interesting thing about that whole process? I don't think we as modern people, I don't think we know how to mummify a body properly. Because it's not just wrapping a body in cloth. There was a lot of other things that went into it.
There was goat sacrifice. There was praying. There was chemicals that they mix that I don't know the names of that they coat the body with and all that thing.
And the it's called a sarcophagus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the sarcophagus that they put the bodies in, like they were made in a way that they would be like,
They were made in a way to like
listen,
seal out air and moisture and everything.
yeah, so it'd be like a cryogenic sleep. You know how we always talk about cryogenic technology?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'd be like cryogenic sleep for like dead bodies in a way. So yeah, I mean, for me, I've always been a fan of like mythology, you know. But we know that ancient Egypt is not a myth. The evidence is there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Pyramids,
see.
man. Pyramids.
The pyramids are there. The mummified bodies are there. You know the inscriptions
birds
on
and
on the
all that
walls and
thing.
all that. You know, all the things that made them inscribe on the walls and all that. It's there. The statues are still there. You know, some temples are still standing. So yeah, there's proof of what happened in ancient Egypt. And the thing is, up to now, we can't figure out like how the hell them build them pyramids there, because those
Or
were
aliens, man. Or aliens.
brother, those were some intricate architecture, you know. Cause
Aliens.
you see one of them blocks there, where them use the big old blocks them, where it's like 3 times in height of a man and how much feet wide. I wonder how they move them some of their own to
They
put
had
them in
pulleys and
place.
levers, but still doesn't really explain how they put them in place. Was there ancient cement? I don't know. Maybe they use sticky rice. Who knows?
I don't know what they use, man, but yeah, like when you look on Earth on a whole, like brother, like Earth has been through so much transformation, especially with the human evolution. You believe in evolution. I mean, good on you to believe in like the Big Bang theory and all of that. I'm on the other side. I don't believe in that. You know, it makes no sense to me. I'm always
About
wonder why people always think the Big Bang happened the way they think it happened. It don't make no sense to me. You believe in it, obviously. So more here,
oh,
you know, believe in the Big Bang.
yeah, which Big Bang? So mysterious.
Hold on. You know, believe in the evolution. So man did come from apes and all of that.
Believe in evolution?
Yeah.
in some ways I can see that happening, but I don't believe that we exploded and life became something
I don't
or
believe
imploded. That's the thing.
I don't believe that men came from apes.
I only believe it because I see some similarities in the whole walking bipedal, them actually can learn and all of that.
Yeah, but most animals can learn. But why I don't believe is because if that's the case, right? Humans have not been on the earth. You know, so you have some really stupid people on earth because them believe so. Because within the year 2022, that's when life started on earth.
In 2022 years ago.
Yeah.
Or yeah, no.
So humans have been
That's
walking
when
this earth.
that's when the calendar this world started.
Yeah. But humans have
Time.
been like on this earth for millennials. You know, for millenniums or whatever. They have been on this earth. So the thing is, why haven't we seen more apes evolved into man? Why we never, in a modern age, the past 2,000 years, we not see a ape push out a man? Why? Why?
It doesn't take that. It's not that quick. It takes long.
Evolution stop. How long did it take the first time?
I wasn't there.
It makes
The
no
thing is,
sense.
there's no sense of it that can really hard prove that it happens, but there's no real sense that can disprove that it happens because we've been around for so long, we don't know how long it took. And then the other thing is, what would be like, how would that evolution look or start? Is the thing. Would it go back to caveman days? But then again, if it
Listen,
goes back to caveman days, then
still
we would have
makes
learned fast.
still make no sense because by that logic, right? If men came from apes, then what did apes come from?
A single cell organism.
And what did that single cell organism come from?
You can ask that question for anything. It doesn't matter what theory you put forward. There's always a theory of what did
Yeah,
that come from.
you know what they say has always exists? Matter.
But what did matter come from?
No, matter is just always exists. You know, that's because matter is just like everywhere and it's just there. You know, but
Yeah,
I
but
get what
why?
I get what they're saying, but if you're looking at like certain mythologies, right? You know, Greek mythology share a lot of similarities with Christianity. So you have certain sentient beings in Greek mythology that were like, you know, the Titans them, and then you have like the sentients them that came before the Titans, which were like, you know, about Gaia, Mother Earth.
No.
You know about Gaia, Kronos. Them there are some Greek gods. So the first ever Greek god was
Greek God
called.
streams on Twitch.
Hmm?
Greek God streams on Twitch.
I don't know yet about.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
The
the
first ever Greek God was called.
chaos. That was the first ever Greek god. Was called chaos,
I
and
learned that from anime.
that's what everything was born out of. There was chaos, then there was Kronos, and then Kronos spit out like Gaia. Gaia is Mother Earth. Then Gaia had I don't know who she had, but she had somebody before Zeus and like Hades and them they come up. I don't remember who. What Zeus' father name? What name again?
Hercules, Poseidon,
No, Poseidon is his brother.
Archimedes.
I think I actually got the wrong one. I think it was Chaos, then Gaia, then Cronus, then Zeus. Hold on there.
Greek mythology, Greek stuff is wild.
But it makes sense if you look on it. If you look on it and you bring it into light, like
no sense.
yeah.
Because I was not there.
Listen, Cronus was Zeus' father, right? So it was Chaos, Gaia, Cronus, Zeus and then Zeus family, right? So if you look on it, everything was born out of chaos, and that chaos with them as Tabo, the scientist them is the Big Bang. Me believes that the Big Bang happened because of somebody or some celestial all powerful being, whether it want to be called chaos god. Because when I look on them and try to make sense, it makes sense to say, alright, everything in this world was made out of chaos, because we live in a chaotic world, in a chaotic universe. If you look, we're surrounded by chaos daily, day in, day out. You know, so. But I don't believe in the whole Big Bang thing. I believe in the whole man come from ape thing. I believe we were made.
Ape man. You're apes.
You're mammals.
You're apes.
You're marsupial.
Some marsupial.
I'm not an ape.
Listen.
You might be an ape. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Going on for too long now.
Speak for yourself.
That's been an hour and 30 basically. It's been long. Since we are talking about conspiracy theories, this is gonna be the last one because I'm not
a conspiracy. But yeah, go ahead.
I have a conspiracy. It's a cartoon conspiracy. You watch Rugrats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good cartoon. Have you ever heard a conspiracy in the Rugrats?
I don't remember.
Well, there are a lot. There are a lot, and I found a couple, but the one that I want to ask you about, or what do you think about this one, right? So you know all the children, Angelica, Tom, Lil, Chucky, Baby Feet, whatever. So, so this one theory states that all the children are dead, except Angelica. So the idea, basically how this theory works, is that Tommy is a stillborn baby, right? So it was a baby that was born and had no signs of life, or they died after 24 weeks of pregnancy. Basically, so stillborn. Chucky was not raised by his father, right? He died while his mom was giving birth to him, and also his mother died, which is why he never saw her. And the twins, their mother had an abortion while they were inside, basically. And all the theories surround this. Angelica, the theory basically stems from Angelica not being able to understand babies at her age and talk as she did. So what she's doing is imagining all the activities that she would do with them and play with them. But they're basically all dead. And also she talks to them all. What do you think about that?
But Angelica is like a 4 or 5 year old. So it don't make no sense. You know why it don't make no sense? Because if that was the case and they were imaginary friends.
Angelica is 3.
Alright, 3. And say they were imaginary friends of her, right? Chucky was like 2. It makes no sense, because you see when the parents them actually interact and acknowledge the other kids, interact with them, acknowledge them. So I can't wrap my head around it if I say them dead.
It's her imagination.
Her imagination that the parents interact with the kids.
Everything.
So what happened when she not in that episode? Because there were a couple episodes that she was never in. So how do you explain that?
Yeah, that's the part where people are like, it doesn't make sense, because there's a lot of episodes where she's not in. And they're saying that the reason why they're saying is like, it's just giving it from her perspective of what would happen. That doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of just fun reading them sometimes.
The only cartoon where conspiracy where say everybody dead, what I kind of believe is Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, but that one makes no sense either.
It makes sense. You never see an adult in that show.
Yeah,
Look,
but
look,
they
look.
also the theory also says that they all died in different time periods, but they all are wearing the same 2000s fit. So that's the
Yeah,
rest of the theory.
but in the theory, it's saying that they're in purgatory. So all of them, in purgatory. Man, if you look on it, they must say that's why all the character them look so pale
Really?
and all of that.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a big theory with that. Like everybody can relate to that one there with Ed and Eddie. And
every
yeah,
90s cartoon have a theory. It's weird. What do y'all want from cartoons? Just
I mean, I think that's a good thing because when I said them 90s cartoon, they have like a whole heap of like imagination, substance. It just make it more interesting. Like nowadays, Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig, no conspiracy not around that. It's just turn the TV off and go to bed. Don't watch that shit.
Paw Patrol.
You don't know what Paw Patrol is, bro? You need to look it up.
And the new fad is Coco Melon, man. That's that ish.
Coco Melon, all that. Nobody even cares enough to make up conspiracy theories about these cartoons.
Coco Melon is it, man. Coco Melon is that ish. They be rapping in that,
Let me ask you
making the
something.
ABC song
Who was your
easier.
Who was your favorite character from Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
I don't think I had one. It should probably be Ed, the stupid one.
Honestly, that's what I was gonna say too, Ed.
It was Ed because he was low-key the stupid genius.
Yeah. The guy who did have Plankton. Is his name Plankton or Plank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That guy that funny with the hours of walk around with the plank. I remember one episode when them they attach with the plank, tie him up. That attach
That's your
him.
friend, man.
My boss I sweat when I sweat
What do you
bullets.
Man, make it a splinter. What you mean? One friend is gonna die. Leave Johnny alone.
Oh man. Good times, good times. You know, so sometimes I go back and watch some cartoons, yeah. Like recently. Get somebody to watch that other day. You'd never
What?
guess.
Powerpuff Girls.
Cow and chicken.
Why?
I don't know. I just see it. I'm just like, I'm just watch one episode. I'm watch possibly 2 or 3.
Couple of months ago, I watched Hey Arnold. So
Classic.
I don't know
brother.
why.
That a classic, brother. Classical football head.
That is some obsessive behavior by that girl. Her name Helga.
El-
She got bitch had
Helga.
a shrine.
What do you mean?
She had a shrine for this dude and just did her closet for Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Arnold. I'd never want a girl to be. Hey, you need some help, girl.
I mean, Olga was crazy. But Hey Arnold was like a really good cartoon, in my opinion. Like had really good characters. It was very interesting. This and Recess did nice. You ever watch Recess?
Recess was lit.
Recess was like dope, bro. I enjoyed that cartoon. This is what I tell you about now. With like the last episode I would up on the whole nostalgia thing. Like I'm gonna miss them days, brother. 90s, the 2000s. Miss all of it. Miss it. Jimmy Neutron. So that was my favorite cartoon at one point in time.
What? No.
Boy Genius. That was like my favorite, brother. Wait, you not agree? Good cartoon.
It was okay. It was alright.
I was sad when it got cancelled, and then they decided to continue with Timmy Turner. To this day, they don't make new episodes with Timmy Turner.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, that should have been stopped like years ago. I don't know what's going on with that. Looks weird now. It looks too 2022-y. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, they might milk it hard. Alright, but yeah, feel like that's it for we for tonight. We've been streaming for like an hour and 35 minutes. Good stream. Started off with me talking to myself, and then
Crazy.
you just ominously joined in, lurking in the background like,
That's my character trait.
oh, I knew you was doing that because you're something crackling. It's like, hold on, Shani. I didn't even knew when you come on, bro.
That's my character trait, bro. I'm a shadow. I just appear.
Yeah, Timmy Turner. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode of Inside. Everyone who made it this far to the video, or this far into the podcast. I appreciate you guys listening and watching. Thank you for tuning in with me and Ashani this week. Like, subscribe, and follow us on AudioMac and on SoundCloud. Any closing notes for you, bro?
Yeah, like, share, follow, do all of that jazz. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. What's your favorite cartoon, things like that. What theory you think could be probably real.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I think we'll talk more about that next week. I'm really like that with him, so I don't know why. And if you dig up some conspiracy on some cartoons and come back next week. Wait a second, if you have just go live again next week, yeah, no, maybe so.
I don't know. Wrap it up. We'll talk about it after.
Alright, guys, this has been Inside. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And until next week, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.